Good day, everybody. Peps and J-Dog here. A massive round 15 of games, all starting Thursday night. Going to be big. 9 games back after 3 weeks of patchwork quilt.
Peps,
Yes.
call as is. 3 weeks of bullshit.
Okay. 3 weeks of bullshit and more gaps in the fixture than Carlton's administration and Collingwood's coaching team, maybe?
Then a Porter Davis new house build.
Okay, fair enough. Let's just go into the games.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Comedy's not our forte.
No.
No. All right, game one. Hey, tell you what. We're not looking forward to Thursday night footy like we normally do. You can't ask for much better than what's going on tonight. As we record this, the Brisbane Lions versus the Geelong Cats at the Jabba the Hutt, 7:30-ish time. Jamie, tell me, what's going on? Who's in? Who's out? Who's your tip?
Hey, handy players coming in for Brisbane. So Brisbane coming in is Dane Zorko and Jack Payne out.
Ooh.
Grant Birchall with an illness and Thomas Berry, the Medi-sub. And the big milestone game this week here is Marcus Adams playing his 50th AFL game of football.
Well, he was stiff. Remember how he just got injured before the 2016 finals? Then goes up to Brisbane, can't get a game. Then you've got McStay, I think, goes down. He gets in. It's just gold for him. Good luck to you, big fella. It just goes to show the age of 28, you've got a future. Could be potential runners-up this year to Melbourne in the grand final.
Could be.
An interesting thing, as we record this, J-Dog, they're
Yes.
2 and a bit goals up on the Cats already. So we'll give some score updates as we go through.
Excellent. In for Geelong.
Yep.
Lockie Henderson out. Mitch Duncan, huge out.
Big out.
But the milestone this week goes to probably one of the a lock already for All-Australian defender, Tom Stewart playing his 100th game of AFL.
He could be a 3-time All-Australian in I couldn't say under 100 games, but within his 100th game season.
Yeah.
That's magic. Absolute magic. But I don't really, you know what? It's not all about magic. And with Geelong at the moment, I think there's a bit of smoke and mirrors. And they are going to pull the curtain away from the magician behind the Oz. And they're going to pump Geelong tonight.
Who?
Brisbane.
Are going to pump Geelong?
5 goals minimum.
Okay.
Here's why. Geelong are old. They've lost a young player.
Geelong
another
are
old
old.
one.
Full stop.
Geelong are old. That's all you, mate. That is all you need.
Hey, I'm never going to write Geelong off.
I am. I'll write them off. They'll lose.
All right. I'm
Simple
going to
as that.
go.
5 goals. You come back. You watch. Hey, if I'm wrong, come and bag me Tuesday night. Lace out 8 p.m. on our Facebook page.
I'm going to go the Cats by 3 goals with the Trinity, there it is, going for, between them, 12 goals.
Okay, that's good.
That'll-
If it's a tough game, then you watch Gary Rowan will go missing.
Okay. Hey, he was there for the show last week, Peps.
Oh, no, hide your girls. Hide your girlfriends, everybody. Gary Rowan's in town. All righty. Friday night, 7:50 p.m. Wow, have they, once again, the AFL have fixtured an absolute corker for Friday night football. If you thought Thursday was the big game, Friday blows it out of the water. The 8th placed Richmond Tigers versus St Kilda. In for Richmond, S. Ryan, D. Prestia, Daniel Rioli omitted finally. Josh Caddy omitted finally. And Mr. Ralph Smith is the Medi-sub. New is Samson Ryan. Good luck to you, big fella. And in for St Kilda, Seb Ross, Tim Membry, Mr. McKenzie and Rowan Marshall. Nick Caulfield omitted. Mr. Hunter omitted. Jack Loney omitted. Hunter Clark, jaw. Jai Bartel, concussion. Look, this is just going to get ugly. It's at the MCG. Tick. It's a night game. Tick. It's Richmond. Tick. And it's St Kilda. Tick. Put this down for at least 7 goals.
Okay.
St Kilda have shown nothing, and they will show nothing tomorrow night.
Not a danger game?
A danger game for the ratings to drop after half time.
Not a danger game for the Richmond Tigers?
Are you, Jamie, come on.
Hey, if they drop it, Peps, they're out of the 8. You called it.
It's not going to drop it to St Kilda.
No, that probably won't.
St Kilda could lose it themselves.
Remember that glorious Saturday night about 5 years ago when St Kilda put Richmond to bed at halftime. It was like an 8-goal lead.
Yep.
They were good days.
Yeah, it was the last time St Kilda actually kicked accurately too.
Good times. Memories.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, it is memories. That's how far back it is. We can't even think.
Memories.
You know what? He spent time with his family last week, didn't he, Tim Membry?
Probably.
Geez, it must have felt good for him having a weekend with a win.
All right, next game, Peppy.
Hey, I reckon I'm looking forward to this one. Even though it's 18th versus 16th, North Melbourne, who are playing some all right footy, they're going to be back at Blundstone Arena versus the Gold Coast Suns, let's be honest, who have been eclipsed by bad performances this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? North are going to win this. I think this will actually be close. Gold Coast, with the sheer amount of talent on the park, should win it. But North, they've got some substance to what they've been rolling out the last few weeks. It started when they almost took Melbourne to the sword with their first defeat throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great game against Hawthorn a number of weeks ago, drew with GWS, pushed Brisbane as well too for 3 and a bit quarters. I think they've just got something at the moment. Who's got the momentum? You don't say momentum's actually going to hit an 18th place team, but they're going better than the Suns at the moment. And once again, they're going to find trouble and pressure once again. If you look at the teams, it just simply comes down to this. For North Melbourne, Will Phillips is in.
Yep.
Mr. Scott out. Tom Powell being managed. Mr. Young is out. Gold Coast, Sharp in. Corbett in. Ainsworth in. Finally, Ainsworth. He's too good of a talent to be out. Burgess omitted. That's interesting. Swallow concussion. Lockie Weller hamstring. And Brandon Fiorini is the medi sub.
Very good.
Yeah, so
imagine being omitted from this North Melbourne team. Jesus. How rough are you going?
He'll be playing VAFA fourths next year.
Hey, as the rumours
you could get omitted from St Kilda.
Oh, that's true. As they're saying up at the Gold Coast, actually, your mate, not my mate, your mate, Private School Boys, wrote a good article, Mickey Warner, about the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, what did he say?
Just talking about the mismanagement of the club for the last 11 years, that's all.
What have I told you, mate? What have I told you, J-Dog? You got to get the off-field to get the on-field. Tony Cochran, stop trying to be a comedian.
Hey, that was a good
It was a good line. It was a good line. I'll give you that one. It wasn't bad.
Peps, let's look at the next game here. Let's look at it. It's going to be a corker. We're talking obviously about the Maggies and Fremantle. 145 Marvel Stadium coming in for the Maggies. We've got Brodie Grundy, Mr. $8 million man, Mason Cox, Mr. USA.
Bargain.
Captain America, Taylor Adams coming in, going out, Darcy Moore injured, Jai Rantel made his sub, Jordan DeGoey suspension, and Max Lynch has been omitted. Playing his 150th game, Will Hoskin-Allett, I probably wish he could turn back his time a little bit.
I think he would love to give Sher a ring.
In for Fremantle is Griffin Logue, Matt Taberner, Nat Fife, Nathan Wilson, Sam Swaskowski. Out, we've got Brett Bewley, Connor Blakey, Joel Weston, Mitch Cowden, Reece Conker, and Tylen Duman.
Tell you what, Longmuir, he went to aisle 54, didn't he?
He's got the odd Bunnings axe.
You know what? That's that. Now that when you say we're going to axe talent, that's what you do. You axe it. None of these piss week St Kilda axing where you get rid of the 22nd player and the 23rd player. They've gone whooshka and made some big chops there. And for simply that, Fremantle will win this. And I think they'll win it by at least 3 goals. When you get people like Taberner back, Fife back, Wilson back, and Swatowski back, that's 4 quality ins. Who's coming in for Collingwood? Brodie, I've had a haircut. Watch me go, Grundy. And Mason, I don't do anything. He is
Mr. Prelim.
Mr. Prelim. My goodness gracious. He's like the Sam Wiedemann. He's the Sam Wiedemann of Collingwood who plays one good finals game and that's what he's running his career on. And Taylor Adams, he's been out for too long. Fremantle will win this, and I reckon they'll win it well.
I like how you said, though, before about Fremantle's a song the axe, but when you've got people like Matt Taberner and Nat Fife coming in, pretty much anyone in that team makes a spot.
It could be just 2, but they need to swing it big time.
Hey, and they've also gone and got rid of Reece Conker, which is, one of their big pickups from a premiership player.
Well, he hasn't been playing too bad, Conker. So
no, and they have swung. So I do like that. Peps, I don't know in this game who I'm going to go for. I'm going to go with Collingwood. I'm going to go for something inspirational.
Okay, this is how it works. Is it a milestone game?
Yes, for Will Hoskin-Elliott.
Okay, there's one. Is anyone retiring?
Could be the last season's.
Okay, and is it anybody's first game?
Hey, it could be Mason Cox's last game.
Okay, so if you put all those three together, and it's also Harvey's first game as well, that literally means 4 milestones. They're definitely not going to win.
Oh, I think you said something like Infinity Stones on the gauntlet.
Yep.
Click of the fingers.
Yeah, click of the fingers. That's how it is. But if they were saying that Harvey was getting the sack, Collingwood might pull their finger out and do something.
Ooh. All right. Pepperama.
Yeah, mate.
Talk to me about Saturday night. Couple of games.
Which game you want to talk about? Okay, I'll do my game first, your game first.
You do your game first.
Okay, so we're looking at Melbourne versus Essendon. Look, these two teams just do not like each other. It's 10th versus 1st, but do not let the positions on the ladder determine who is going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Essendon, Alec Waterman is out. Ned Cahill and Tom Cutler, who is the medical sub, have been omitted.
Mm-hmm.
In the spiritual leader.
He's in.
The tackling machine hasn't been here since round 6. Jack Viney in. The medi sub, Cade Chandler, has been left out, and they've finally swung the axe on Sam Wiedemann, who has been omitted.
Ben Brown's coming in.
No, he's not.
What a pickup.
He's got 4 years on a contract, mate. We paid absolutely nothing for him.
You did. Second rounder or something.
Second round him and a packet of Savoys, like I always say. Look, I reckon this game is going to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think Essendon will give it a good show. But I think Melbourne, after their last game against Collingwood, how they performed, they looked flat. Collingwood just had a great week. They didn't do anything. They've had the week off. They're going to be sprightly for it, and they're going to come out and they know Essendon are going to be up for this game,
mm-hmm.
and they will want to come out and absolutely pulverise them. Now, I don't know whether they're going to be able to do that on the scorecard.
Yep.
But I reckon that they're going to be doing it around the grounds, especially with those young kids' bodies. They will want to smash them. I reckon they're a massive chance. I'm going 4 or 5 goals at the most. It's not going to be a smashing.
Last time Melbourne played, they were accused of being a pack of smartasses. Do you reckon that's going to be...
Melbourne were a pack of smartasses?
Correct. The way they played against Collingwood. They thought they were just going to go there, win, chip it around, blah, blah, blah. Look at us, millionaire football.
No.
And they got smacked.
They just got flat. Mate, you watch that game, they were flat.
Hey,
all
Peps, right? I'm not having a go. I'm
okay.
I'm on Melbourne's train. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, we know that.
My ticket holder.
No, you're not. Big Trevies. And then Darren Hinch is just behind him. I think that they'll win, but I reckon Essendon will give it a good shot. But I just
Where's
think
the game?
MCG.
Ooh, 22,000?
25,000 available. And you watch, they'll squeeze them all into 1/4 of the ground.
Oh, that's a shocker.
They'll do it. You watch, they'll do it. But yeah, Essendon, hey, if they give them a shot, that's all we're asking for. We want a good game. But I think Melbourne have got a point to prove. Their forward line is going to be hard to stop, I think, Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Truck will spend more time down there. Gorm will spend more time down there. You'll have McDonald floating around. Fritsch, Pickett, Spargo, Neil Bullen. There's just too many options, and I don't think Essendon will be able to cover them all. Can Stringer play 2 good games in a row? Probably not.
Let's
That's all
see.
I've got to say.
All right, my game. The Port Adelaides versus the Sydneys. We've got Adelaide Oval, Saturday night. Or Saturday Arvo. All right, in. Dylan Williams, Todd Marshall is in. Dylan Williams, well done being in, mate. Kicked 6 goals in the Sandful. Couldn't have done it at a better time, unfortunately, at the cost of Robbie Gray being out for us this season.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, Lockie Jones injured. Peter Laddams has been omitted. We are a PG podcast, but insert F word. And Robbie Gray injured. In new Dylan Williams and Connor Rosie. Possibly the pick over Walsh if you're I'm just watching your face, Peps. the better choice than Sam Walsh. He's playing his 50th game of AFL.
Mate, this is not a compare the pair, all right? Sam Walsh goes all right. You put Sam Walsh in Port Adelaide's team, he'd stand out like Connor Rosie.
They probably would. All right, for Sydney, coming in for the Swans, we've got Errol Goulden and Caden Brand. So a couple of good little ins there. Out goes Lewis Taylor, Medi-Sub. Logan McDonald's been omitted, and Sam Wicks has got a suspension.
I'll tell you what, Logan McDonald, that's a big call for such a young bloke, but he's got plenty of time. He's probably,
Yeah. Thank God Sam Wicks isn't playing because he has the potential, like he had against Richmond, just to absolutely tear apart a forward line. A back line, sorry.
A back line. Well, all I'm going to say is that I think you're going to win this one and you need it. Who needs it more, you or them?
More us.
You haven't been playing that well. And you're due. You have to be due.
We need it.
These are the games that you have to bank. And I think that, you're a massive one. Like I said, you did give Gold Coast a bit of a run, but you did lose to Geelong quite easily the week before. You beat Fremantle. You tend to do okay against the bottom feeders, but when it comes to the top of the food chain, mate, doggies, you got beaten. Cats, you got beaten.
Hey, Peps, you don't need to start ringing back my memories, Peps. I know this stuff.
That's okay. I'm just, but maybe the listeners don't.
You're trying to make me cry, Peps. You're trying to make me cry on there. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, if I want to make you cry, I'll just put replay of the 2007 grand final on. Rightio. Let's hit Sunday. 9th versus 17th. GWS home game versus the Hawks at the home of the Giants, MCG, due to COVID. They've had how many? They had 38 cases up there and they still haven't locked the joint down.
It's coming down to us now.
Melbourne gets a sniff and we shut the place down for a month. GWS only squads at this stage.
Yeah.
Brett Daniels' mummy, good old Snags Mumford, Mr. Clumsy himself, and Tanner Braun is in for the Hawks. Graves, Denver Granger Barris, James Warple, and Hartigan Jarman Impey out.
Yeah.
Look, Hawthorn were okay last week against Essendon. Now, did it say more about Hawthorn or did it say more about Essendon? If you read the chatter and on the Twitter sphere, people watching that game would have said Hawthorn kicked themselves out of it. They should have been 4 or 5 goals up at one stage against them. GWS, they're playing good footy, and this is once again a game that they have to win. If they can pick this one up on the road, it's going to make it obviously a lot easier for them. Yep. It's only them and Essendon that are outside the 8 that can potentially make the 8. So they have to win this. They're going to have to win it well. I don't know if it's not. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. Maybe a couple of goals in at the most. But Hawthorn, they're going all right. They're not the worst out there.
No, they're not. For me, probably GWS, just because of the bit more talent on the field.
Yep. Okay. Let's have a look at the.
I'm doing this one here. I'm doing this one.
Do it.
All right. We've got West Coast versus the Western Bulldogs. Battle of the West, kind of. We've got Optus Stadium, Perth, so you already know who's going to come in as a favourite. This is how you do ins, Peps. This is how you bring in players.
No fluff, is it? Just West Coast. Bang!
Brad Shepherd, Jack Petrocelli, Jeremy McGovern, Luke Shuey, Nathan Vardy, and Tim Kelly. That is how you do an ins.
Oh, that's how you do an ins. But I feel sorry for...
It's getting to the dunny, Peps, flopping your old fella out and just smacking it into the bowl.
No, you know what it is? It's actually, if I was Nathan Vardy walking up to the urinal and I had to stand up against the other 5, I would have a severe case of stage fright. You do not deserve to be in there. You don't even deserve to be in the same breath as those other 5.
This is essentially how you do a mic drop when you do a team's out, isn't it? This is coming in. Boom.
That's just like... Fuck you, everybody. That's the stuff, you doggies.
Omitted. Understandable across all of these. Harry Edwards has been omitted. Luke Foley's been omitted. And Xavier O'Neill has been omitted. Jake Waterman playing his 50th game. But, I mean, none of those omitteds are any shock with that coming in. On the other side of the ring, Peps.
Yes.
Ed Richards.
Our other boy's back. Eddie's back.
Eddie's in.
Yep.
Josh Shackey and Riley Garcia are in now. Just wish we had the lineups to have a look.
Don't worry about it.
Is Mitch Wallis?
Yes, he's in at the moment. Yes, he's in at the moment.
Yes.
Mitchy. So if we can get Mitch and Ed keeping their spots, Can't ask for much more than that.
And he's also listed as first interchange, so that's surely going to be on the ground.
Mate, we just want him. We don't care if he's a midi sub.
No.
We just want him playing. Hey, it's got to be West Coast.
Oh,
by how far?
I'm going to go 5 goals.
5 goals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, see, you've got McGovern, Shuey, and Shepherd all coming in. That's 3 out of their back 6. Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to take on Norton. Hey, Johannison, I can't believe he's still got a spot. He's got to be on the chopping block fairly soon, doesn't he? He's done nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have to do anything because he can walk out and go, how many other players for the Doggies that have won an All Smith? None. He's going to win that one. All right. Last but not least, see, once again, another game coming in. Mind you, this is the graveyard shift at Marvel. The graveyard game at the Graveyard Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Carlton versus Adelaide, hitting us at the good old time of 4:10 just before the news.
Not Peps. This is school holidays coming in.
Okay, so what time is it going to be?
No, sorry. It's still 4:10, but school holidays kicks off this weekend.
Yep.
So kids are not going to school on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
This could be full of Carlton supporting kids and Adelaide supporting kids. Could be.
It's Carlton. They won't turn up. And it's Adelaide. They can't even cross the border. All right, Carlton. Josh Honey in, Plowman in, Lockie O'Brien in, Mark Murphy in. Get rid of him 1 week, dropping
beyond
out.
This.
Just give him the 300. Just do it like Nathan Jones. Get him the 300 and then Matt Crotterell and the hyphen. Sam Tresky-Seaton is in. Out. Luke Parks. Mark Pitnett injured. Zach Fisher injured. The Crows. Himmelberg in. Hatley in. Luke Brown in. Nick Murray in. Josh Worrell is out omitted.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a look at the form line of these two teams, Adelaide have won more out of their last 5 than Carlton have, and they've been fairly handy. They did beat St Kilda by a goal, or let me rephrase it. Riley Thorpe beat Carlton. Beat St Kilda. They just lost to Collingwood. Pretty handy against Richmond. Mm-hmm. Beat Melbourne by a point and weren't too shabby, only 30 points against the Eagles. No. If you have a look at Carlton, smashed by GWS last week, beaten by the Eagles the week before that, beaten by Sydney, I can't tip them. I'm going with Adelaide on this one. I just think that they're the more informed team, and I think I trust them more than I do Carlton at the moment, J-Dog.
Here's the scary thing, Peps. These two teams up on the toilet door, who has developed more in 2 years?
Adelaide.
By far, I agree. Adelaide, they're ahead of where they thought they were probably even.
Adelaide were bargain basement last year. They were ridiculous until the last 6 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Okay. And Carlton was supposed to be on the cusp of making finals.
Well,
and having a look at this now, you've got two teams that one is just having a complete implosion and the other one is sitting 12th and looking back going, I don't think anybody expects us to be doing what we're doing right now.
Peps, we've been saying it for 4 years. Adelaide. Compare the pair. We always talk about it.
Compare the pair. And
one's comparing. Going up, one's going down.
The Crows will poo on the blue.
Big props here, Peps. Probably lock this in for about 15 mates and calling them all those types of names because Ray Chamberlain is the umpire for this game. So lots of mates.
Mates, come on. Calm down, champ. Come on, Tiger. Hey, cool down.
Can't wait for it.
You were stopping him from marking the ball. We'll probably get a couple of those as well too. A few stones.
I actually feel sorry for this game because they've only got Lee Fisher umpire. They've also got Ray Chamberlain.
Well, graveyard teams at the Graveyard Stadium at the graveyard time at the graveyard. Umpires. It's just death.
Yeah.
All right, mate. So that's about it. Tips for round 15. There's only 9 rounds to go. Can you believe that already?
It's gone quick, hasn't it?
It is going quick, but it's going to be interesting to sort of see. I think the final 8 is sewn up. It's just a matter of who's going to be finishing top 8. Like I said, Richmond will not drop out of the 8, full stop, even though I've said it many, many times. They're just going to be too strong. They've got too many easy games and they're playing about 3/4 of them at the MCG.
Yeah.
So it's going to be way too easy. Hey, one last thing before we finish off.
Sure.
Remember, Tuesday nights, lace out. Get on the Facebook page at 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time PM on Tuesday nights. You get to actually see the faces of these beautiful dulcet tones. And you also get to see Jamie as well. Remember, you got your Sharon discount there as well too. You've also got
Lace out questions.
Oh, lace out. What's the listener question for this week again?
Favorite fruit or fruit flavored things?
Oh, well, you know what's a bit fruity at the moment? The scoreline.
Oh,
Geelong 1 point. The Lions 31. They're 5 goals up.
I may have got
And
that
there's still
wrong.
a couple. Yeah. No, they've got that right, mate. They've got that right. We picked that. The Lions are going to romp this in, and they're going to romp it in hard because they're playing Dad's Army. But you know what? When you're with Peps and you're with J-Dog, that's how you like your tips, my friend. So that's tipped out for week 15. J-Dog, how do you want your tips?
Tipped out.
Oh, yeah, we do want them tipped out. We'll see you on Tuesday night, and have a good week and good luck to your team.
See you, listeners.
See you, listeners.